Alright guys, in this video I'm going to be breaking down how you can ace the biggest exam of your life. Yes, you're right. Board exams 2025. And I know what you're thinking. How am I going to help you ace the biggest exam of your life? This is how I plan to help you. Today, I'm going to be breaking down the exact techniques, the routine and the study material that I used to get 93% in boards without going to any tuitions. And I did this with just 4 hours of studying every single day. And if you too want to be efficient with your time, this video is for you. I'm sure you're wondering, how much do I study and how do I organize my routine? I've made a full video about the routine and you can check it out in the link in the description below. And about how much should I study? Well, me personally, during the holidays period which I had between my pre-boards and my board exams, I would study around 4 to 5 hours on average. And I did this because I knew I could be consistent with it. So study how much of it you can be consistent with. Now, coming to the techniques that I used. First of all, I did way more papers than revision. And the reason I say this is because papers enhance your memory way more than revision does. Think about it. If you would rather read a subject or test yourself on the subject, which one would yield more results? It's obviously testing, because by testing what you already know, you can write your answers better in the board exam. And it will also tell you where you are lacking and what you need to improve about your answers. Honestly, I would do at least one question paper every single day if I were you. And that's what I did during my routine as well. For the most part, I was actually just doing question papers because all the portions were already finished and we had already revised them multiple times for the pre-boards. And if you've done that as well, I would recommend you to do more question papers than just revising the same chapters again and again. Because question papers will tell you how much weightage you need to give to each chapter and how you should go about timing your question paper and answering what questions and which section in which order. And my second tip would be to study in sessions. I know what you're thinking. Why not just sit in one sitting and finish it at a go? Well, this is extremely inefficient, and as we all know, we function better when we allocate dedicated times to studying. Be very clear between your study time and your rest time. I made this mistake and I would keep my phone right here on the table while I was studying, and that led to so many distractions and so many hours wasted. Now, for the subject-wise tips that I have for you guys. I'll tell you something. My entire 10th grade marks were not very good and they were all above average or at average. I was getting 80 to 85% in all of my school exams, and these are the things that I have learned from studying these subjects. So coming to the first one, math and science. So you only get good at math and science by practicing them more. And yes, I'm sorry, but you have to put in the work and put in the hours to get good at these subjects. There is no easy way out. For example, last year I wrote down all the chemical equations that were there in the 10th grade NCERT textbook, and I would keep revising them very frequently so that I didn't forget. And for maths, mostly I was just doing papers or RD Sharma. Now, social science. I know, it's the worst subject out there, and all you have to do is memorize. But there is an easier way to this. When you look at question papers, you will find that some questions occur more frequently than others, and this is your key to succeeding in social science. It's the worst subject, but it is also the easiest subject if you can understand what questions occur more frequently, and that way you can get to know what to focus on. For example, there was this 5 marker from the nationalism in Europe chapter that I always kept seeing on, and I studied that part very well. And guess what? It actually came in the board exam. And coming to the last, languages. I would recommend magnet brain summaries because that's what I use personally to understand the chapters and revise them once more. Summaries are the best way to go forward, honestly. And guys, lastly, all the best for boards. They're super easy, don't take too much stress. And this is the time to make your academic comeback and show all your friends what you're made up of. If you're an average student or an above average student, you don't have to worry, you still have time and you still have a chance. All you have to do is put in the work and study even when you don't feel like it. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, it would mean a lot to me, and I will be posting more valuable content just like this to help you.